Hey guys, welcome back to a new Super Nintendo pickups video. Hope you're all doing well. You all had a good week. Sun's out, nice and bright today, so I thought I'd sit down, make a video while I can get some natural light on my face. So yeah, I've got 3 brand new games to show you. Well, actually, 2 new games. One's it's probably this chair, I haven't used it in a while, I keep rocking on it. Got 2 new games for the collection, and the third game, well, the first one I'll show you, is a upgrade. So you're probably going to know what that's for anyway, because it was mentioned in the previous video. Whew, it's gone warm in here. Batman's just staring at me intensely. Just going back the corner of my eye, I just got Ben Affleck's eyes just burrowing into my head. Anyway. Right, okay, so yeah, let's just crack on to the games. Right, so first up is the upgrade, and you'll probably know what it is, as I said before. Let's get to the point. It is Street Fighter II Turbo. I think I mentioned in the video when I showed my original copy that I got my eye on one, and as it happens, a fellow YouTuber wanted the copy that I had, so I moved that on. That's gone to the fellow YouTuber. That person will obviously show that in the video, so I won't mention who that is, but thank you for buying it if you're watching, which I'm sure you are. And that money went towards buying this one, which was pretty much the same price I paid for the old one anyway, so it all worked out nicely. This one's in much nicer condition for me. There's no cracks, which is good. You know, the person who bought the other one isn't fussed. He was happy with the condition, so you know, I was happy for it to go to a good home. That's the most important thing. But yeah, I was really happy with this when it arrived. Really nice shape. So, and it's Street Fighter II Turbo, as you know, one of my favourite games on the system. So it's just, you know, a must-have that I have to have it in slightly better condition, because that cracking did my head in a bit. But yeah, I love the purple box, and the purple box is great, and the artwork's fantastic. And I've been playing it as usual. Still got pretty decent skills. I'm not too bad at it. I got through to Bison on my first attempt, so you know, not too bad at all. Really, not shabby. This one comes with an intensive player's guide. I don't know if that originally came with the PAL version or if that's something extra they've thrown in. If you know, please let me know. Precautions, standard. Really nice flat purple manual. This actually came with 2 manuals for some reason. This one and a beat-up copy. I don't know what that was all about. So maybe he replaced the manual at some point. So, but yeah, very happy with this. It's in lovely condition, and it is an absolutely fantastic one-on-one fighter. You know, for me, the best version of the game on the 16-bit era. Mega Drive ones are decent, but they ain't a patch on the SNES. You could argue that the graphics, you know, the Mega Drive's probably closest to the arcade, I would think. The SNES one's very glossy. But overall, for gameplay, music, sound effects, speech, SNES whoops its ass. Also, SNES at the time, of course, had the 6-button pad, which was a massive advantage. And I think the Mega Drive one didn't get the 6-button pad until Champion Edition came out. So we were always on to a winner anyway, straight away. So you don't have to buy an extra pad, you just use the one that comes with the console, which is great. Anyway, Street Fighter II Turbo, classic game. Okay, so I've got 2 more to show you. As I say, they're new additions to the collection. They're not expensive, they're very cheap games, but they're just games that I wanted to add to the collection. As I say in most of my videos now, I'm just buying games that I personally want to own and want to play. And there are going to be games that I've never played that just interest me. And as long as they're not expensive, I don't mind picking them up and trying them out. I've been looking at racing games. That'll become apparent in a minute why. Obviously, I've got a racing game. So I've been looking at the car games on the system to see what's available, because really, for me, it's always been Mario Kart, and I want to see what the other games are like. I want to get Chase HQ, but box copies aren't coming up, and I expect them to be expensive. I saw a loose cart for 145 quid, I think it was. Yeah, so I ain't expecting to get a copy of that anytime soon if it does come up. But there are other games and all that I don't know anything about, like Top Gear, for instance. I think Retro Dave has said before that he likes that game. So I'd like to try those at some point. Top Gear 1 and 2 are relatively cheap. Top Gear 3000, I can't find a box copy, so whether that's going to be expensive or not, I don't know. I assume it's a little uncommon. There's also American Lamborghini, was it Lamborghini American Challenge, which some people say is a decent, worthwhile play game. Other people say it's crap, so I don't know. Yeah, there's a nice box copy at the moment, but it's a bit expensive to take a punt on, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm just looking at the racing game stuff's available. I want to play something a little bit different from beating people up and shooting stuff. Right, so the next game up is a port from the Amiga. Now, as you know, I had an Amiga 500 as a kid. Amiga 500 has a massive nostalgic value to me. but I'm not going to get one back this time because I really haven't got the space here. It's too big to be put in here, and that's not really the main reason. Maybe I just don't want to buy one again. I've had a couple now. I'd rather just not bother and just get the ports that are on the Mega Drive and the SNES. Although I am going to be selective because I've looked a bit deeper into them, and some of them, like Pinball Dreams and Pinball Fantasies on the SNES, apparently don't really stack up well to the Amiga. I looked at the comparison video and I was like, whoa, yeah, it's Pinball Fantasies I was looking at, and they've chopped the screen massively. There's half the play area seems to be missing, and the music isn't particularly great. The graphics have lost all their vibrancy and colour. I mean, it's a SNES game; it should look better. So yeah, which, maybe wanted to get an Amiga then, but I'm not. I just no, not now anyway. Maybe in the future, who knows? But at the moment, definitely not on the table. Anyway, so I'm picking up a couple of games that were ported over to Mega Drive and SNES that are decent, and this is one of them. Very cheap game, very fun game. From a sport that I don't follow. I'm not a sports person anyway. I only really watch tennis, and even when I say that, I only watch Wimbledon. Watch Wimbledon. But anyway, it is Nigel Mansell's World Championship. So it's an F1 game. Yeah, I know sport is a loose term for this, but whatever. But yeah, it's really nice, really colourful, bright Amiga style game. Big bold colours. Got a really nice soundtrack on it as well. Weirdly enough though, when you turn it on, there's no music on the game. So I went into the menu, and when you go to the settings, then you can put the music on. Very strange. I understand why some games are like that. I know when I had Peacekeepers, the third in the Rival Turf series, I had the American version of that back a few years ago. And that was, yeah, that's right, yeah. That was the same thing. You had to turn the music on in the menu. Don't really understand what the point was, but there you go. Right, okay, so let's have a quick look at it. When I know it's nothing amazing, but I like it. Poster, which go on, we'll have a look, see what's got on it. I don't think it's got anything particularly. Yeah, I think it's just a advertisement for games, basically. So we got F-Zero, Super Tennis, Super Soccer, R-Type, which I still can't get a decent box copy of. SimCity and Link to the Past. Yeah, R-Type's becoming a bit of a nightmare. I've been looking for that since I started collecting because I love Super R-Type, but nah. R-Type 3 comes up, but that's mega expensive, and I don't really want to buy it anyway. So precautions. Because R-Type 3, I think it's a good game, but I didn't enjoy it as much as Super R-Type. Manual, it's a little bit creased, but no big deal. It probably just needs flattening between some books, to be honest. Has he got any screenshots in here? Not really. It's all menu stuff, so. But it's pretty decent little game. I've been playing it, and it's a good solid game. Nice and grey. Lovely shiny label. Hard to get these grey, and a lot of them seem to have yellowing on them, which is a bit odd. Considering how common the game is, you think it'd be really easy, but there you go. But it controls really well. If I remember rightly, I've only played it briefly because I've been playing other games. But if I remember rightly, you have to gear shift using the shoulder buttons, which makes sense for a lot of flappy paddles. And it works really well. It controls really nicely, and the music's excellent. So I will be putting more time into this. There's another game at the moment that I've been playing a lot of, and I can't put down, but. Yeah, really happy to have that. So Nigel Mansell's World Championship, and it's in the blue box, which is great. The less black boxes, the better, because the colours look fantastic. Just put that back there. And the last game is one that I took a punt on. It's a game I've been looking at for a year. I think I even looked at it when the American SNES. I'm pretty sure it's available in America. And I played the original game when I was a kid, and it's a good game, but I've never really played the Super Nintendo version. And so I thought, well, I really want to try it. And I saw this copy on auction, and nobody was bidding on it. I think because the bid was a higher bid, it was one of those where it's pretty much a buy now price they're starting the bidding at, instead of bidding at 99 pence like a lot of people do. So people just avoid them, which is great because I got it and it's in fantastic shape. I didn't realise just how nice it was until it came. I've been playing it, it's really good. And it's from Ocean as well. Now, I don't know if Ocean, I've noticed that some of the games I know are not made by Ocean. So I assume they published them in this country. They didn't actually develop them. So I don't know if this was developed by or published by Ocean. I don't know if it's actually got on the back Sony Electronic Publishing. So maybe it's made by Ocean, published by Sony. Because I know Sony actually had their game division at the time that made games. Sony Image Soft, wasn't it? They made like, what's that game I'm thinking of? Sky Blazer. Anyway, which is a game I'd love, but it's very expensive. Anyway, this game I picked up, really nice condition, really fun classic, and it is Choplifter III. Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, for a black box as well, they've done a nice job, because you see they've got nice bright colours on this, on the artwork on the front, and the actual logo is really bright. I love the Ocean logo. The Ocean logo takes me back to my Commodore days, so, you know, proper nostalgic memories. I know for Americans, apparently not, Ocean is a sign of crap like LJN, but to us Brits, it's not. They made some great games back in the day. I think it came from Robocop 3 on the SNES, which is why Americans tend to think that Ocean's a shit company when they're not. Oh, and as well, has the original John Menzies sticker of $14.99, $44.99. So what am I on about? Yeah, I don't remember having a John Menzies where I lived when I was a kid, which is why I've heard Alex Blue78 talk about it before, and I don't remember the shop at all. The only ones that really stick out in my mind were like Rumbelows was the big one. Alright, so we've got the precautions as usual. We have a registration questionnaire. And if I don't drop it, it's in amazing shape. I can't believe the condition of this manual. The guy who sold it to me said that he got it off a guy who was a collector. He gave it to him a while back. So yeah, the guy must have been really super anal with his collection, or he just owned them from new and looked after them. But yeah, I mean, look at the box. It's absolutely pristine. You know, I'd be sceptical normally, but you can tell it's real. It's not a fake. Right, okay. Cartridge is equally nice as well. And this is a really, really fun game. If you've never played Choplifter, you don't know what it is. Basically, it's a 2D game, face on, and you control your shopper. And the objective is, it'll tell you at the beginning, so you've got to save, say, 22 hostages. And you fly left and right across the terrain, and you get fired on by enemies, and eventually it gets harder, and you get like tanks and anti-aircraft batteries and things like that. There you go. So you've got to basically blow those up and kill the soldiers. And then you'll see there'll be hostages that will be just walking around that you can just land next to and pick them up, and then you have to drop them off at the base. And there'll also be other hostages hidden in houses, so you have to blow the house up and then save them, which I found a bit weird, because if you blow the house up, you technically kill all the hostages. So don't really understand how that works, but there you go. Anyway, so there you go. Yeah, that's the latest additions. So we got Street Fighter 2 Turbo, we've got Nigel Mansell's World Championship, and we got Choplifter III. Absolutely brilliant. Collection's constantly growing. It's looking good, as you can see behind me. There you go, just see if you can see them all. So yeah, obviously those three would be on there as well, so it'd be a bit bigger. But yeah, absolutely loving the PAL SNES. It's going really well. I'm thoroughly enjoying playing the games, and that's the most important part. And yeah, I think PAL collecting was definitely the right decision for me personally. And I've got to stop hitting the microphone. I do that all the time. Yeah, I know a lot of people will rave about how amazing NTSC is, and you know, I was there with you a few years ago, but the decision I made was the right one for me now. I'm very comfortable with what I'm doing. I'm enjoying playing the games. I'm enjoying picking them up. It's really nice. I've been getting very lucky with condition. As you can see, those three are in great shape. So yeah, I've been getting very lucky and not having to pay a lot of money, which is, you know, ultimately the best thing of all, isn't it, really? Anyway, guys, I look forward to your comments down below. Let me know your thoughts, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.